Oh hey, it's me, PCPatientZero, just playing an incredibly complicated war game. But I guess it's pretty fitting since we're about to talk about Macbeth. The scene starts up with the first witch asking the question, when shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain? That's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously she's asking, when are we gonna get together again? Come on, you guys. The second witch replies, when the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won. Yeah. There's a battle going on right now. It's between Scotland and Norway. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. I suspect it has something to do with the fact that the Scottish just like to fight people. Because they're Scottish. So the witches talk a little bit about where they're going to meet again, where the place, upon the heath. They are to meet with Macbeth. Whoa. They're planning to meet with Macbeth. That's an interesting bit of information. And then they call for their familiars, which are Grey Malkin, Paddock, and the third witch doesn't say what hers is called. She just says anon, which means like, let's go, or soon, basically. And then they all chant together, which is a pretty cool line, fair is foul and foul is fair, hover through the fog and filthy air, and then they exit or they vanish. One of those things happens. It's cool. Okay, on to Act 1, Scene 2. In this scene, Duncan, the king, is coming to kind of check out the aftermath of the battle. And that's weird in and of itself because as a king in Scotland in this time period, he would totally be expected to be out in the battle, killing people a lot. So the fact that he's not kind of tells you a little bit about him and maybe what his people might have thought of him. Was he a coward? Was he just peaceful? Make your own decisions. But as he and Malcolm come upon an injured captain who was in the battle, and they ask him how it went. And the captain kind of explains, and he's got a lot of cool descriptions in here. He begins, doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that to cling together and choke their art. So the battle was it could have gone either way. It was 50-50, a little bit iffy, like two people who are swimming and they're both drowning and they're grabbing onto each other to try to survive. That's how the battle was going. Merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. Wow. Easy there, soldier. Getting a bit descriptive with your language there. Basically, he's saying that MacDonald, who is a traitor to the Scottish armies, bad, boo. He's got multiplying villainies of nature swarming upon him. That's kind of gross and bad. He's just not a nice man. Let's just say that. He's not a nice man. And fortune on his damned quarrel smiling showed like a rebel's horror. Uh-oh, he's winning. But all's too weak for brave Macbeth. Yay! Well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution, so his sword is literally steaming because it's so warm with the blood of his enemies. Macbeth is everyone's hero. Like Valor's minion carved out his passage till he faced the slave. So basically, Macbeth just went hacking through the army until he found the traitor guy. Which ne'er shook hands, nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chops, and fixed his head upon our battlements. That's not pretty, but it's awesome. Basically, Macbeth hacked his way through the army to get to this guy, didn't say a word, just stabbed him and cut him from his navel, from his belly button, all the way up to his jaw. So he basically cut this guy in half, let's be honest. And then he took the guy's head and stuck it on the walls. So upon hearing this, Duncan and Malcolm are pretty much going, woo, go Macbeth, yeah, you rock. But then the captain just keeps talking and he explains how even when this awesome stuff is happening, they're still not done with the battle. So from that spring whence comfort seems to come, discomfort swells. Just when you think you're winning, Norway happens. But the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault. So the Norwegian king is like, Whoa, well they're busy killing that traitor guy. I'll just bring in my new fresh soldiers and everything and get into the battle as well. And I'll totally win. And Duncan is not happy about this. He said, "Dismayed this not our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?" And the captain replies, "Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hare the lion." So they were not actually concerned at all, you know, because they're like eagles or the lion. Why would sparrows or a hare scare them? "If I say sooth, I must report they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks. So they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. Except they mean to bathe in reeking wounds or memorize another Golgotha, I cannot tell." So basically, Macbeth and Banquo just like saw this new enemy and just started killing them too. They doubly redoubled their efforts, so their efforts are like, I don't know math. What are their efforts now? They're doubly redoubled. You tell me. Leave a comment. And then the captain who is injured gets let off to go deal with his injuries. And then in come Ross and Angus. I cannot get over the name Angus. It's cool. And these two also have news for their king, and they tell him that they have news from Fife, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Began a dismal conflict, till that Belladonna's bridegroom laughed in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us. We won. It's a long way of saying that. And Duncan says, "Great happiness." And then Ross explains that Norway's king, now that he's had his ass basically handed to him, would really like to just bury his men and also give $10,000 to Duncan. It's cool. Duncan's gonna get money because Macbeth won a battle for him. So yes, that's what we got so far. Macbeth is awesome, Banquo helped, and Duncan needs to hear reports about the battle without actually being in the battle. More to think about next time. This has been a PC Patient Zero production. Thanks for watching.